It's that time again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the action in the 2018 birelART UK karting series. We are live across the birelART UK series Facebook page and Alpha live streams. And of course, we are on Downforce UK via audio and Facebook as well. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Hooton Park on the Wirral, just outside the town of Ellesmere Port, down the road from the city of Chester, my hometown. Jake Sanson here with all of the action from the 6th round of the 2018 birelART UK series from the Cadets, Juniors and Super Elites, with magnificent action set to come from all of those classes, and we'll have plenty of great race action as the day progresses. We've got so much going on over the course of this weekend. It's been 5 weeks since our last round of the championship at Glanagorse, and there's a few drivers that we have been missing over the course of those weeks because last time out we had a couple of absentees due to injury. Oakley Keatley had a rather nasty accident at Glanagorse Park in a different championship and hurt his collarbone. He had to miss the last race in Wales, and Aidan Hassan for an injury as well, although he did his tripping over at school. Trust Aidan Hassan. He is now back to his best, of course, and after warm-up and qualifying and practice yesterday, there's a lot of close battles about to happen here for qualifying in the pole position starter. We're going to go for the birelART Cadets to start us off, and it's going to be a really exciting battle with the championship leader, Nathan Tighe, set to head out onto the circuit. First of all in the line, the number 5, Nathan Tighe, hoping to continue his strong form from 2018, and his rivalry, of course, with his good mate and buddy, Oakley Keatley, will continue here this weekend. We've got a few new faces as well, and we go straight into the action as we head out onto the circuit for some absolutely brilliant action, and the drivers are now getting themselves up to speed, ready for qualifying for the birelART UK Cadets. This Hooton Park circuit, a very old school race circuit. It's very much a British karting equivalent of Monza in the sense that there's a lot of very fast straights with a few tight twisty turns, but plenty of opportunities for overtaking. So Nathan Tighe is going to be the one who sets the pace initially. He's being followed around by the 55 of Aidan Hassan, who is still seeking his first race victory in the birelART UK Cadets. He's looking ever closer to it as the weekends progress. He might even have done it at Glanagorse Park last time out had he been fit to race, but unfortunately he was not. Now that's a stoppage on the circuit. That's Callum Lockett, who's pulled off at turn 2. So rather regrettably, it looks to me as though Callum Lockett's qualifying session is going to produce no lap times at all as he abandons his kart on the edge of turn 2, and that is a real shame. So we were rather hoping to get a few more laps from him, and he was running reasonably well in yesterday's practice sessions. He was knocking on the door of the top 6 for most of the day, so that is an unfortunate start to his weekend. So here at Hooton Park, just down the road, as we mentioned, from the city of Chester, and directly opposite the Vauxhall car plant, actually. This is, as they dub, the home of the Astra. So it's proper car country. It's the site of the only British car manufacturer who is still mass producing in Great Britain. And we are literally a stone's throw away from the Vauxhall plant. So the drivers are getting their lap times in now as they battle away for position. Nathan Tighe has set the first flying lap, a 42.50 to open the gambit. And obviously he will want to have a really strong battle to get us started off with. As we mentioned, there's a couple of new faces, including the 60 of Riley Price, who joined the championship last time out, bought himself a new kart for this round of the championship, and is looking set to be a full-timer, and is already battling with the top runners in the rookie brigade. And then, of course, there's the other new face, which is the number 102. That is Mackenzie Taylor, who has been doing very good lap times indeed over the course of yesterday's practice. There he is, actually, at the front of this little queue with Ali Hussein and Josh Turnbull. Now, Josh Turnbull and Hudson Cross yesterday were very much coming on leaps and bounds. Hudson Cross in the 100 and Josh Turnbull in the 83. Both those drivers seem to have really turned a developmental corner in the last few weeks. I'm not sure what they've been doing with their summer break, but they've come back off it and are incredibly quick around here. So they've definitely got some confidence behind them and some good motivation to move forward. So the 83 of Turnbull and the 100 of Hudson Cross, they tend to hang out together, those two. So do keep an eye on them because they're going to be pretty fast around this fantastic Hooton Park circuit. Thus far, the fastest lap has come from Aidan Hassan, a 41.932. ahead of Oakley Keatley and Charlie Humphreys. There's Archie Heron. He's been the top rookie many times over the course of this season. He's battling with Craig Evans for that honour at the moment as he comes down the main straight. Archie Heron trying to get a faster lap time in. About half a second off the back of Jamie Gurney. You can see that the established guard is at the top end and then the rookies come next. But there's been a few times this season when the rookies have actually been battling with the established guard for the top spot. At the moment, the top rookie is another young driver who's really been making some big strides here this weekend, and that is Jamie Scott, who is going very, very quickly at this phase of the meeting. It was Aidan Hassan at the top. Now both Keatley and Humphreys have gone faster. Nathan Tighe currently only fourth fastest. There's still a long way to go in qualifying, of course. We've got just under 6 minutes. But Oakley Keatley currently leads the way by 0.2 of a second to Charlie Humphreys, who's looking a lot stronger at this phase. Nathan Tighe pops up in a second place. Good lap time from Nathan, who is the championship leader, of course, coming into this 6th round of 8 in the 2018 championship. Callum Lockett's car having been pulled off to the side. Sadly, he will start the first heat from 18th position on the grid, but Callum Lockett has pulled off some good overtaking moves this year, so he will make a way back through the field. Now, Jamie Gurney had a bit of a disappointing day yesterday in terms of overall pace, but here today in qualifying, the number 63, Jamie Gurney, looking much faster, and he definitely seems to have got his confidence back as Nathan Tighe comes out of the final turn with Aidan Hassan and Charlie Humphreys in tow. There's Jamie Gurney in the background as well, as Hassan goes to third and Humphreys displaces him straight away, so there's not much to choose between those two at all. Charlie Humphreys has got his new race suit on. It's looking pretty awesome, actually. Charlie Humphreys' new overalls, the white with the birelART logos all across it. There's Jamie Gurney. That is a former championship winning kart he's racing on, of course. He managed to get himself hold of Oliver Gray's championship winning kart from 2016. And now they seem to have got the settings to the way they like them, or certainly closer to the way they like them, because Gurney is lapping much quicker in the qualifying session so far than he was in practice yesterday. He's up in 5th position as Archie Heron goes up into 6th place. Then it's Jamie Scott, Craig Evans, Josh Turnbull and Riley Price. And then we have Ali Hussein in front of Hudson Cross. Mackenzie Taylor going well in 13th ahead of Lily Jeffs. Then, of course, we have Jamie Warner, Chase Sharp, and the man who celebrated his 11th birthday yesterday, Jake Bell, who, let's not forget, has come into the world of birelART cadet racing, having had no prior racing experience at all, which is absolutely incredible, considering he's only 3.4 seconds off the pace in qualifying. When you're racing against drivers who've been doing this for 2 or 3 years at top professional level, that is really, really good form from Jake Bell. Make that 3.1 seconds deficit because he's going faster all the time. Meanwhile, Keatley versus Tighe, well, the gap has come down to less than 1/10 of a second. There's Riley Price on his new set of wheels, and he's going pretty quickly, actually. He's already in the top 10. This is only his second meeting, Riley Price, and to be in the top 10 straight away is pretty impressive stuff. Good to see him going so strong. And he's going to be looking forward to a very strong 2019 campaign. This is the influx of rookies who, of course, are almost certainly likely to be dueling for regular race victories and even the title in 2019, with a very rosy future for the birelART UK Series coming, and announcements obviously set in the next few weeks. But there are some very big things coming for the birelART UK Series in 2019, and we're all very excited about it. So do please like and subscribe to the birelART UK Series pages on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, and keep an eye on what's happening, because there's some big things coming for the 2019 season, and we're all very, very excited about it. Oakley, Keatley and Nathan Tighe. 0.176 is now the gap, because Keatley has stepped up the pace. Nathan Tighe just knitting his way up the inside of Ali Hussein on the road. Archie Heron doing the same thing as they try and gain some track position. Nathan Tighe chucking the kart in beautifully. He's got so much confidence. Can he get that extra 0.177 to beat Oakley Keatley on a straight time? He's not quite there yet. 2 minutes and 11 plus whatever time it will take them to get round on that final lap if they've started one. And we will find out who is going to get pole position. But at the moment, it is the 9 of Oakley Keatley. He's a bit tough to recognise these days, Oakley Keatley, of course, because after that shunt of his, where he damaged his collarbone and ripped through his overalls thermals and cracked his helmet, he's had to use a completely new helmet. The only way you can distinguish it's him is basically the bright white helmet has got some yellow stickers across it. There he is, Oakley Keatley. Yellow stickers that say Phil Line. I did ask him last night, why has he changed his name to Phil? I don't get it. Worst joke in history. Anyway, there is Oakley Keatley, the man who's currently in the top spot for qualifying by 0.176. Improvement there from Chase Sharp on the last lap. He's just done a lap time which is 2.54 off the pole position, enough to raise him up to 15th. And Craig Evans has just gone faster. He, Archie Heron and Jamie Scott look like they're going to be the best of the rookies, and it's those three who will be tussling for the best time. Keatley across the line, any gains? Well, he's going to remain at a 41.532 with just under a minute to go. Just looking at the sector times, Nathan Ty is still running a very good race here. Now a 41.704 now from Aiden Hassan as he creeps up into second place by 4 thousandths of a second ahead of Nathan Ty. So that's a very good run indeed, and he's looking absolutely brilliant for that one. So a good performance there from Nathan and from Aiden. But Nathan is now down to third position. He's going to need to find an extra 5 thousandths of a second around this lap if he wants to get himself onto the front row. But that's the man who's displacing him, Aiden Hassan. Amazing, isn't it? The two injured drivers who had to sit out last time, Oakley Keatley and Aiden Hassan, are back faster and stronger than ever, and they are on the front row of the grid provisionally. So let's see how they finish up their qualifying session. 0.057 now, Hassan. He's gaining Keatley's time, and the checkered flag comes out. The first two men across the line are Ali Hussein and Jamie Gurney. Although I think Ali Hussein is actually able to go around one more time if he wishes to, thinking about it. Archie Heron has just displaced Jamie Gurney in the top 6. So Heron is the fastest rookie, and he is now in 5th place. But Aiden Hassan is still on the flying lap. Nathan Ty is struggling with traffic. Is Hassan going to get a clean run to the line here? That's Mackenzie Taylor in front of him. He should get a good tow here, actually, across the line. Can he beat Keatley's time? The answer is no, but he remains on the front row. Keatley pole, Hassan in second. That is Aiden Hassan's best ever qualifying result in the birelART UK Series. Absolutely fantastic stuff. A really exciting battle in qualifying, and Oakley Keatley, watched at home by Natalie, gets the pole position by 0.057. Really exciting stuff. Nathan Ty third from Charlie Humphreys. Archie Heron and Jamie Gurney within half a second of pole on the third row provisionally. Then Jamie Scott, Craig Evans, then of course Josh Turnbull and Hudson Cross still there and in the top 10. Riley Price and Ali Hussein, Mackenzie Taylor and Lily Jeffs, then Chase Sharp, Jamie Warner and Jake Bell. Callum Lockett sadly failing to set a lap time in that qualifying session, and they will obviously come back for more a little bit later on. But it's a really exciting start to proceedings here in the birelART UK Series Cadet qualifying session. Focus now as the drivers come back in. Obviously, they're going to have to recover Callum Lockett's kart, and he will have to start the first race of the weekend from 18th. But Callum has been doing some absolutely amazing work over the course of the season with his overtakes. He's getting much better at it. So let's wander out and see if we can find the two men on the, on the front row of the starting grid. So going to try and head out and find the two men who are doing an absolutely corking good job. The driver's just coming out of the holding area. Let's see if we can get a word with our two front row starters who have been absolutely amazing out here. So let's see if we can find Oakley Keatley, having had a really strong... So the officials are just having a word. Let's see if we can grab a quick word with the man on pole position after a really exciting run. Oakley Keatley, that was a really strong performance there in qualifying. You managed to get pole position by less than a tenth of a second. It's very close out there.
Yeah, I just put my head down and went for it, really.
So obviously there's going to be a very close race. You've got Aiden right beside you on the grid. So things are going to get quite close out there in the races. How are you feeling at the moment about it?
It will be a tough one, but I still think I can do it.
Fantastic. It's good to have you back.
Thank you.
So a couple of the drivers are obviously now chatting away with the race scrutineer, but it's going to be race first start of the day, because obviously there's some really, really good performances from the drivers at the front end. Amazing comeback from Oakley Keatley and Aidan Hassan to be on the front row of the starting grid. So the drivers just coming back in after their impressive run in qualifying, and very close indeed in the top end of the field in qualifying for the cadets. I have to say, they put on some absolutely sensational performances there. Looking at the gaps between them, the biggest gap from one driver to another is Josh Turnbull back to Craig Evans, I think, which is 0.445. And that's very impressive, because Josh and Hudson Cross, who are very close together in terms of times, have really stepped up the gear and come up with some much faster performances. But some really good performances from the rookies as well. They've really come in and done some impressive performances. There's the 102, Mackenzie Taylor. He's done really well in qualifying today, actually. To be right up in the midst of it all, having had a really good run. It's been absolutely fantastic to see how the drivers have been getting on. And the development is really jogging on a pace now, which is really exciting to see. So Oakley Keatley just taking it nice and easy, hanging on to pole position just at the bitter end there, but there's some very exciting things to come for him and for the team, of course, in his awning. I say team, it's him and Dad, basically. But now we take our focus into the Junior 100 session.
There is no terrible way to win. There is only winning.
Let me drive. I will make a fool out of you.
Every one of us has to find a reason to do this. You do it because you're driven.
I was beginning to think I'd never be anything more than a piston-happy, lead-foot punk. Then this starts to happen.
Somebody put it in your mind you gotta be perfect every time out or you're a failure. Well, forget that. Just forget it.
You ready to put away your toys and grow up? Are you ready to make more money in 1 year than your father made in his whole life? Are you ready to become a real race car driver?
When I won it was probably the last time I ever felt pure victory.
Because I'm quicker than all of you.
And if you no longer go for a gap that exists, you're no longer a racing driver.
I mean, hell, isn't that what we're in this for? To stare death in the face and to cheat it? I mean, come on, there's nobility in that. It's like being knights.
No pressure, nobody breathing down my back, just driving because I left it pure.
A lot of people go through life doing things badly. Racing's important to men who do it well. When you're racing, it's life. Anything that happens before or after, it's just waiting.
I just hope when you do, that I'm there to see it.
Racing. That's the name of the game, isn't it? Win or lose, put up or shut up.
Fine. Then let's race.
You're listening to Race Day Live on Downforce UK, brought to you by Clapham North MOT, Motorsport Days Live, Stopwatch Hospitality, and Trade Price Cars. The birelART UK Series is about to get underway here at Hooton Park, the 6th round of the 2018 Championship, and we are ready for the action. Jake Sanson with you as we get ourselves geared up for the action here on the birelART UK Series live stream via Alpha Live, and of course via Downforce UK as well. It should be a really exciting battle in the cadets. Very close indeed in qualifying, as the two men on the front row of the starting grid couldn't make the last round of the championship due to injuries, but they are now sharing the front row of the starting grid. Oakley Keatley and Hayden Hassan. Great to see them back in action once again for the 2018 season in this 6th round of the championship. Nathan Tye and Charlie Humphreys occupy the second row of the starting grid. Row 3 in behind them. It's going to be a very close one between these two. It'll be Archie Heron, the rookie, versus Jamie Gurney, who's been getting back up to speed over the course of the weekend. The whistle goes, and the drivers will be sent around on their formation lap very shortly. Jamie Scott and Craig Evans, two more rookies who have had a very good start to their campaigns in 7th and 8th on the starting grid. Rounding up the top 10, it is the two men who have been joined at the hip since the start of the season, really. Josh Turnbull and Hudson Cross. They're doing an absolutely terrific job and working very hard out there. Riley Price and Ali Hussein in the top 6 rows of the grid. Riley Price 11th and Ali Hussein 12th. And then in behind we have the new boy Mackenzie Taylor, who's been going very well in his first sessions of birelART UK Series in 2018, alongside Lily Jeffs, who's been here pretty much since the start of the year. Chase Sharp and Jamie Warner still going well. And then on the 9th row of the grid, it is the birthday boy Jake Bell, who will line up alongside Callum Lockett, who missed qualifying after some mechanical problems. So the drivers now getting themselves into their 2 tram lines. They'll come out of the final turn and ready for the battle ahead. And it's going to be an interesting one. They're going to go round again for a second lap, we're told. So obviously this being a short lap, and they're trying to get themselves into the tram lines neat and tidy. It's not always easy to get that done first time of asking. So the drivers obviously just embedding themselves in, getting themselves settled. It is quite ironic that the first 2 men on the grid on the front row are 2 drivers who had to miss the last round due to injury. Oakley Keatley missing it after a very nasty accident at Glandagor's Park a few weeks ago, where he broke his collarbone, cracked his helmet, and obviously damaged both his race overalls and thermals in the accident. But he's back to his best now and is straight back on the front row of the grid. And for his best qualifying performance ever in birelART UK Series, on 2nd place is the man Hayden Hassan, who missed out last time out at Glandagor's Park, not because of a racing accident. He tripped over at school and broke his arm. He's now perfectly okay. And then the championship leader Nathan Tye, 3rd on the grid alongside him. Charlie Humphreys is looking very slick and very neat and tidy in his brand new overalls. Here we go racing. It's going to be a cracking start right from the off, and away we go into the first corner. Nathan Tye launches into 2nd. Hassan has dropped to 4th position as Humphreys knits his way into 3rd. So out in front it is Oakley Keatley from Nathan Tye. Charlie Humphreys already trying to get up the inside of Nathan Tye. There's not a lot of space between them, and Tye keeps the door firmly shut as Charlie Humphreys has to slot back into 3rd position. He got very eager there to try and move through, wasn't going to make the move happen, and it looks like we got a problem down at the back somebody is in trouble. I think that's Lily Jeffs, and we got contact. That is Ali Hussein with, I think that's Jamie Warner on the top of his nose cone. So the two of them, unfortunately, out of luck on this first lap in the first hairpin. Jake Bell's not had a great start either. I think he got caught up in it, as Charlie Humphries is dropping a long way back on this second lap. So problems there. So now it is Keatley who leads Ty, Hassan, Gurney. Archie Heron was in front of Humphries, but Humphries has got him back. So now it's Scott in 7th. Yellow flag still as Ali Hussein tries to recover from his incident at the hairpin. He has now got going again, as has Jamie Warner, but they are a lap down, I'm afraid to say. So Chase Sharp and Jamie Warner involved in that first lap accident. And I think there's been an off there for Chase Sharp at turn 4. So Chase Sharp has actually parked the cart into the barriers at turn 4. So problems there for Sharp. He is now out of the race. So Keatley, Ty, Hassan, Gurney, Humphries, Heron, Scott, Evans, Turnbull and Price in the top 10, with Hudson Cross in 11th place in front of Ali Hussein. Then it is Calvin Lockett, Mackenzie Taylor and Lily Jeffs. Then Jake Bell. And then, of course, we have Jamie Warner. But it looks to me as though Chase Sharp is out of the race after that incident at the first hairpin. That's his first big incident of the season, to be fair. And you can see Chase Sharp there just to the side of the circuit. Now, this is the battle further back. This is for 6th place. This is the 3 rookies, Heron, Scott and Evans. Very close indeed, these 3, as they battle away for supremacy as the top rookie. So Archie Heron trying to hang on in front of Jamie Scott, with Craig Evans right in behind him, as Callum Lockett behind them moves up into 12th position. He's working his way through the field pretty well. Charlie Humphries looks back to see how far he's getting away from the rookies, and he is quite rapidly. But the slipstreaming battle here is going to get quite tight, as Oakley Keatley has now got Nathan Tye right underneath him for the lead. Aidan Hassan 3rd, then it's Gurney and Humphries, and then Heron on his own from Evans. And Jamie Scott has now dropped behind Josh Turnbull. So Turnbull's got through and into 8th place. Price is still there in 10th by the look of it. Then Cross, Lockett, Hussein, Taylor, Jeffs, Bell and Warner. So Nathan Tye going for his good friend Oakley Keatley. These two are absolutely inseparable in the paddock. They do everything together. They're good mates, but they're fantastic rivals on track as well. As Nathan Tye makes his bid to pass Oakley Keatley, and he's not going to get through there. So Oakley Keatley trying to get as many points on the board as he can to make up for his absence at Glenagorse. Nathan Tye dives up the inside though and takes the place. Very good work there from Nathan Tye to move into the lead in turn 4. And he gets through 6, through 7, and then into the final turn, the hairpin, turn 8, and back onto the main straight once again. These two will dice all the way through. The slipstream, very much the name of the game here at Hooton Park. But Aidan Hassan is staying with them in 3rd place. He's not dropping back. Meanwhile, Jamie Gurney has got Charlie Humphries right underneath him. Humphries could get a run on the way up to turn 3. Heron has got clearance on Craig Evans, and then Jamie Scott, Josh Turnbull and Riley Price are now having a nice tussle for 8th position, and Humphries has got past Jamie Gurney. You can see that quite clearly. So Humphries into 4th place, Gurney into 5th. At the front though, it's Tye, Keatley and Hassan as they run together in formation. A good battle this for 4th place. Charlie Humphries there in front of Jamie Gurney. Then it is Heron in 6th place from Evans. Scott, Oakley Keatley up the inside of Nathan Tye for the lead, and he's got there. So Oakley Keatley through into the lead once again. And that's backed Nathan Tye into Aidan Hassan. Hassan could get a run, although Nathan Tye is going to get straight back on with it with his good mate Oakley Keatley. Just remember, there are no teams in the world of birelART UK Series, so it really is every man for himself. Nathan Tye underneath Oakley Keatley, still going for broke. But Aidan Hassan has got very close to the back of these two as a result. And if these two were to tangle, hopefully they won't, because they are good friends. But if these two were to get too close together, then Aidan Hassan is right there for a bold move for the lead. And he knows it. He's just got to take it nice and easy. He's got to take his time, take it carefully. Oakley Keatley leads. Nathan Tye in 2nd. 3rd is Aidan Hassan. Down the back straight. Is Nathan Tye going to make his move on Oakley Keatley? No, he's going to sit there in 2nd place. He's got time to count down yet before he makes that bold move. But these three want to get well away from Humphries and Gurney. So Nathan Tye again tucks in behind Oakley Keatley. These guys have lost none of their speed, have they, Keatley and Hassan? If anything, they've got stronger since their injuries. Back through they come again. Oakley-Keatley still there in front of Nathan Tye. They come off turn 8, down the main straight once again. Now Nathan Tye will want to make his move at the right time on Oakley-Keatley. It's not yet as they go through the first 2 corners. He's getting a good run off the turn though, and he's actually starting to force his mate Oakley-Keatley away from Aiden Hassan, who's dropped a good 6/10 back in 3rd position, but he is still close enough that if anything were to happen, here comes Nathan Tye on the inside, and he leaves no room at all for negotiation about it. He's through. Oakley-Keatley has to remain in 2nd place then, as Nathan Tye gets back into the lead. 1 minute 50 seconds left of this race. So Oakley-Keatley in there behind Nathan Tye. They come down the main straight once again. Aiden Hassan is still there in 3rd position. Charlie Humphries is still trying to shake off Jamie Gurney to no avail. Pushing very hard indeed, Oakley-Keatley, to try and get back on terms with Nathan Tye. I think he's going to try the same move in the same place just 1 lap later as they come off of turn 3. Oakley-Keatley is going to try and make his way on the inside of Tye. Tye does not let him get there. So they come off of turn 5 and they've got Jake Bell in front of them. Now they might catch him at a rather awkward point on the circuit here to try and get a lap on him. There's the battle for 4th place. There's the battle for 6th place. That's Heron versus Evans as they continue to squabble over the top rookie honours. So Tye and Keatley get past Jake Bell without any problems at all on the way through the first 2 corners. Aiden Hassan held up just a little bit by Jake Bell, and that, I'm afraid, is enough to give the 2 leaders out front plenty of space. I think that's Keatley up the inside of Nathan Tye on the far side of the circuit. So let's see if they got, yes, Oakley-Keatley is in the lead now in front of Nathan Tye. A few seconds left of the race. So Oakley-Keatley has made his bid for the lead at exactly the right moment. Nathan Tye in 2nd, trying to swarm his way back through. They come off the final turn. Oakley-Keatley still there with Nathan Tye in 2nd. So Nathan Tye all over the back of Keatley as they go into their penultimate lap, I think this is now. So this is going to be the run for Nathan Tye. If he gets a good run off turn 2, he may get a chance to get up the inside of Keatley, but he seems to find more confidence in the move into turn 4. So he comes off the turn, back up to that long sweeping double apex left, but Keatley is holding him at bay this time. He's not going to let him by. Humphries and Gurney have got past the back marker Jake Bell relatively quickly, as Craig Evans has got through in a 6th place on this lap now past Archie Heron. So the leading rookie battle going very well as Oakley-Keatley and Nathan Tye will battle going into the last lap. Tye into turn 1, and Nathan Tye is through at turn 1, and that could be the decisive move because Keatley is still in 2nd, but he's got himself a bit of breathing space now. So I don't think that Oakley-Keatley's going to have another challenge at Nathan Tye before this lap is over. He's going to have to come from an awfully long way back to do it, and he's running out of opportunities. So I think Nathan Tye's going to hold on to this one, although Oakley-Keatley is going to try one last trick in the book maybe out of that final turn. He's not quite close enough, so I think the first heat is going to go the way of the championship leader. He dominated at Glenagorse. He's going to get the win this time. Nathan Tye gets the win in the heat. Oakley-Keatley 2nd and Aiden Hassan on the podium again in 3rd position. Charlie Humphries 4th from Jamie Gurney. Here's the rookie battle, and it's going to be Craig Evans. Evans is going to get the first win of the weekend, and he's elated with that. 2nd for Archie Heron. 3rd for Josh Turnbull in the rookies battle, ahead of Jamie Scott, and making his way back to 10th place, Callum Lockett fought back well there. Riley Price in 11th from Hudson Cross, Ali Hussein, Mackenzie Taylor and Lily Jeffs. Jake Bell finishing 16th, and that clash on the first lap, sadly, removing Jake Warner and Chase Sharp from the race. But Nathan Tye, happy with that. He timed it to perfection into the first corner on the last lap. Made sure there was enough of a gap between himself and his good mate Oakley-Keatley, and that is job done. So a very strong race there from Nathan Tye. And Oakley-Keatley in 2nd from Aiden Hassan, with Charlie Humphries and Jamie Gurney in behind. A good effort there from the top 5. A really solid start to the racing from the cadets. And they've got plenty to smile about, the drivers in the top 3. They've started absolutely as they mean to go on. And hopefully we'll see all 3 of those drivers in the hunt for the podium again. There's Nathan Tye. He looks absolutely well and truly relieved about that one. And he's done himself a very good job there. So Nathan Tye, race winner here at Hooton Park. As the helmet comes off, he's very happy with the work he's done here. Oakley Keatley and Aidan Hassan, second and third. They can be very pleased with that as well. And that's good points on the board, of course. The racers obviously wanting to get as many points on the board as is physically possible. And as far as Nathan Tye is concerned, that's another 65 points in the championship fight for taking the victory in the heat. But considering how close the battle has been over 2018, that is Nathan Tye's only third Heat 1 victory of the season. He took the victory, of course, back at Clay Pigeon in the first race of the weekend, and did so as well in his hat-trick at Glenagorse. And that's a victory in the first heat, and he'll be very happy with the way that's gone. So very exciting stuff, and a very good performance there from Nathan Tye. Let's have a look back at some of the highlights. Humphreys going for Nathan Tye early doors didn't work out in his favour. And obviously the jostling on that first lap really gave us some good battles. We're going to get a look, I think, at the aftermath of one of the incidents further back behind us. Yep, you could just see Lily Jeffs going off in the background to avoid the incident between Chase Sharp and Jamie Warner. Some good battles in the midfield all the way through that race. But it was the jostling for position between Oakley Keatley and Nathan Tye where most of the action was. They duelled for the majority of the race, and it was into that turn 4 where Nathan Tye really perfected his overtaking manoeuvres. So he did a fantastic job all the way through. But no matter how many times Oakley Keatley got Nathan Tye back, he was always ready for a response. Aidan Hassan did well in that race as well to stay with them for as long as he did. But that was turn 4, Nathan Tye's favourite passing place. But this, of course, was the manoeuvre that won him the race. Going into the final lap, Nathan Tye lined him up into turn 1, had plenty of space, got it done. Beautifully executed there. And that is how Nathan Tye managed to take victory at a very critical overtaking manoeuvre into the final lap. Welcome back to the birelART UK series. It's going to be a really exciting tussle for the remainder of the day. We've got our pre-finals coming up in this 6th round of the 2018 birelART UK Series Championship from the Hooton Park circuit, just a stone's throw away from the Vauxhall car plant, the home of the Astra. It's proper Merseyside, Mirror countryside here, and we've had some amazing racing already from the first heats, and now we move into the action for the pre-finals. It should be a really exciting tussle in each of the 3 classes for cadets, juniors and super elites, and we'll see some really intense racing from the drivers in each of our 3 categories. Jake Sanson here, slightly weathered, but still absolutely up for the action here at Hooton Park, which I have to say, since the last time I came here, has had some amazing facilities to it. This pit paddock building has been absolutely necessity, and very good it is indeed too. Looking like a professional and slick operation. I do like coming to my local circuit whenever I can pop in. My schedule doesn't allow me to very often, unfortunately, but great to see the Hooton Park circuit looking absolutely ship-shape in Bristol as it continues on. Started here, of course, back in 2005. Originally, this site was used for car sprints and various other motoring disciplines. Not surprisingly, of course, because it is a stone's throw across the road from the Vauxhall car plant. But it was first instituted as a karting circuit back in 2005, and ever since then it's been putting on some pretty incredible performances in various different categories, as well as its own club championship. Various other disciplines have come here over the past, the likes of Club 100, BUKC, and now, of course, we have the birelART UK series here for the very first time, and the drivers very quickly falling in love with this circuit. Very fast, very flowing. It's an old school track with plenty of overtaking opportunities around each of the 8 corners. The cadets have already had a very entertaining heat. They're getting ready for their 2nd race of the weekend. That man, Nathan Tye, from the front of the grid, along with Aidan Hassan, the 55 behind him, battling for the victories today. But Nathan Tye going off pole position after a win in the first heat. Alongside him, his colleague, friend and great opponent, Oakley Keatley, will be going off the front end of the grid. So as the cadets head out onto the circuit, we are ready for more action in this Cadet 60 class pre-final, the 6th round of the 2018 championship. Brilliant paddock this, the birelART chassis coupled with the Iami engine and the Vega tyres. Really a fantastic battle for the drivers in the mix here. So let's talk you through the grid for the Cadet 60 pre-final after the heat we had earlier on. Nathan Ty and Oakley Keatley will share the front row of the starting grid. Second row will be Aidan Hassan and Charlie Humphreys, who is obviously hoping for another strong run. Then it is Jamie Gurney, along with the top rookie from the first race, Craig Evans. And then we have on the fourth row, Archie Heron and Josh Turnbull, who's really made massive progress this weekend. And it's good to see how well he is coming on and progressing. Jamie Scott alongside Callum Lockett, who made his way back from 18th on the grid originally and now finds himself up there in the top 10. 11th and 12th on the grid, we see two more of the novices, Riley Price and Hudson Cross. And then behind that, we see Ali Hussein and Mackenzie Taylor, who's acquitting himself very well in his first weekend of the 2018 season. Hopefully, we'll see him as a full-time contender in 2019. Then, of course, we've got Lily Jeffs, struggled in the first race after her off, trying to avoid other incidents. And then Jake Bell. And then we had the two who came together on the first lap at the at turn 3. That is Chase Sharp and Jamie Warner. So as the drivers get themselves ready, they're lined up in their tram lines. It is going to be Nathan Ty versus Oakley Keatley as they battle away for supremacy in the birelART Cadets 60 pre-final. The winner of this race will, of course, go on to pole position for the main event itself. As we gear ourselves ready, Matt Daniels controlling the pace of them in the middle of the straight there as they keep in their separate lines. Past the cones and we're racing. Great start from Nathan Ty. Oakley Keatley slots in a second, no problem at all, as Charlie Humphreys goes for broke immediately on the inside of Aidan Hassan and is not able to get the place. So Aidan Hassan hanging on to third position valiantly there. They go down the back straight and into turn 3. And it is a really strong start as Callum Lockett is already picking off places. He's made the move on Archie Heron in the first lap. And he's now chasing after Ali Hussein as the drivers start to make their way back onto the last part of the course. Into the chicane, turn 6 and 7. Nathan Ty and Oakley Keatley nose to tail as they run through. Then in the final turn, turn 8, as they complete the first lap. A very strong start. And that's a side-to-side battle going on further back as I think that is Josh Turnbull trying to battle away with Hudson Cross. No, my apologies. That is Riley Price trying to make up a position. Jamie Gurney there in 5th place as the battle for the lead is going to progress. But Nathan Ty is going to hang on to it in front of Aidan Hassan. Charlie Humphreys and Jamie Gurney in 5th place. Then the battle for 6th, it's Josh Turnbull, who is the leading rookie at the moment. Josh Turnbull looking to be the first rookie home for the first time this season. That would be a great achievement. He's got Jamie Scott and Craig Evans in behind him. Then Ali Hussein is next up. Callum Lockett in 10th from Archie Heron. Then Cross, Price, Taylor, Jeffs, Sharp, Bell and Warner. Oakley Keatley's going to have another try into turn 1, but Nathan Ty holding the line. Oakley Keatley just keeping it nice and safe at the moment. No major problems. They continue to charge their way forward as they move slightly further forward. Up the inside, there goes Oakley Keatley. Gets the move on Nathan Ty into turn 3, but Nathan Ty really loves this overtaking point. Into turn 4, he may want to try and get back on the inside, but he doesn't. So it is still these three right up at the sharp end. Aidan Hassan bolted onto the back of Nathan Ty, and he gestures to Aidan Hassan, come on, let's go get Oakley. Because Charlie Humphreys is catching them as well, so they've got to be careful about that. The top 4 well and truly on their own. Jamie Gurney in 5th, then it's the three-way tussle for the top novice. Josh Turnbull in front of Jamie Scott and Craig Evans, then Ali Hussein, and rounding out the top 10, Callum Lockett. From Heron, Cross, Taylor, Price, Jeffs, Sharp, Bell and Warner. As they go into the hairpin, no problem at all for Oakley Keatley. But this is where Nathan Ty is really good on the undercut. If he gets a good run into turn 4, he may make the dice. He doesn't. He's just trying to edge Oakley Keatley slightly further forward. But these two will battle away for the victory. Nathan Ty got him into the final corner, the final lap at turn 1 in the first heat. That's how he got the win last time. What's he going to do this time around? Sits in behind Keatley for the moment. As further back, that looks like Jamie Scott trying to make a move on Craig Evans, as Evans tucks in behind Josh Turnbull, who is the leading rookie. This is great work from Josh Turnbull. Great to see him having really stepped up the game in the last 5 weeks. Evans is alongside, goes for the place. Evans is there, and very wisely Turnbull gets out of it as Jamie Scott gets through as well. Scott now alongside Evans. The battle for the leading rookie. Absolutely incredible here. Evans cuts back to the inside, and Scott slots back into the second place spot for the rookies, which is 7th overall. So Evans is now 6th, Scott is 7th, and Josh Turnbull is there in 8th. But the rookies very closely matched. They come back onto the home straight once again. Evans protecting the inside line. Here comes Turnbull. Decides against going for the inside line of Jamie Scott until the last possible minute. Looks as though there's a good battle further back as well as Ali Hussein battles with Callum Lockett and Archie Heron. And then we got Hudson Cross, Riley Price, Mackenzie Taylor and Lily Jeffs in the mix as well. Up the inside, that's Archie Heron trying to make the bid to get past Ali Hussein and then thinks better of it as Hussein goes for the outside of Callum Lockett. But Craig Evans leads the rookie charge at the moment. No major changes at the front end of the field. It's still Keatley and Ty as they come down the main straight. Hassan in third, Humphreys in fourth. Jamie Gurney trying to stay with them in fifth position, but really finding that a bit of a strain at the moment. They come through that first couple of corners, still working well. But up towards turn 3 come the leaders. The battle for the rookies going well. So there is Craig Evans, Jamie Scott, Josh Turnbull and Callum Lockett running together in formation. Archie Heron now in front of Ali Hussein. So he's got through. But it's Oakley Keatley still leading the race from Nathan Ty. Here they are in the S's. They come through and up to the final hairpin. A really good run this as they come out of the last corner. Nathan Ty in behind Oakley Keatley. Aidan Hassan in third place. Fourth position for Charlie Humphreys into turn 1. Plenty of curb on the outside. In through turn 2. Kicking up a little bit of marbles as they come off the turn. Oakley Keatley looking a lot smoother, it has to be said, than Ty, but Ty's going to go for broken the hairpin, and he's through into third place. Good work from Ty. Keatley's going to get back alongside him on the undercut, but the inside line will be there for turn 4, and Nathan Ty will have it. So Nathan Ty gets the lead. Oakley Keatley in second. Hassan still there in third. Humphreys still there in fourth. Big points on the board for Aidan Hassan this time if he keeps this sort of pace up. Wants the momentum to get closer to Ty and Keatley as they battle for the lead. But Nathan Ty knows this is going to be a long race between him and Oakley Keatley. 4 minutes and 18 seconds on the clock. So they come off the turn. Nathan Ty knows that Keatley is right there. Keatley might go for the move into 3 or might wait for his moment. So he decides to hang back and wait. Plenty of time left in this race. Up towards turn 4. Through the first of the 2 left-hand apexes, and then down the back straight, up towards the S's. In through the right, in through the left. No major problems for these two. Ty and Keatley just know how to run with each other out in front. They don't need to break a sweat at this point. They're doing it exactly as they need to. Down the main straight, in through turn 1 again. As Aidan Hassan still there in third position, still trying to stay with them. Humphreys in fourth. Look back and you might see Jamie Gurney, although he is now starting to hang back a little bit. Falling into the clutches of Evans, Turnbull and Lockett. Not his own fault, you've got to understand, as Jamie Scott has dropped to the back of that queue, by the way. Didn't see how that happened, but Jamie Scott is now down to 11th. So Craig Evans finds himself in position as the juniors get themselves ready for action. But there is Evans, Turnbull, Heron, Lockett, and Heron signals to Callum Lockett, come on, let's go after the leaders, as Ty and Oakley Keatley were very close together as they came across the line that time by. No change for position yet, but Keatley does look like he's lining him up as Lockett tucks in behind Archie Heron, and they go through turn 1. Evans in 6th, Turnbull in 7th, Heron in 8th, Lockett in 9th, and 10th Ali Hussein in front of Jamie Scott. Then it's Hudson Cross and Mackenzie Taylor. Here are the leaders. Still Oakley Keatley swarming all over the back of Nathan Ty. You do get the sense that the overtake is coming, but the question is when and where will he strike? Oakley Keatley getting onto the back of Nathan Ty. He's going to make the move into the first corner. He knows this is the moment and he's through. Good bit of driving there from Keatley into turn 1. Now he's let Nathan Ty drop down to second place without too much warning. But when is he going to make the ultimate move? Can he pull away now, or is Nathan Ty just winding him up and waiting for his own manoeuvre to get back through the same way he did in the earlier heat? Through to turn 4 and 5. Nathan Ty still stuck in behind Oakley Keatley. A really good race this is, and an absolutely terrific tussle between the drivers as they continue to squabble for position. Ty, Keatley, Hassan, Humphreys, Gurney, Evans. So Keatley in front of Ty as they go over the main straight. Oakley Keatley leads the way. Nathan Tye in second position. Hassan, Humphreys, Gurney, Evans, Turnbull, sorry, and Heron. Heron has now got past Turnbull. Callum Lockett in 9th place. Ali Hussein in 10th. From Scott, Cross, Taylor, Price, Jeffs, Sharp, Bell and Warner. What a squabble this is. We've got Heron now battling away with Josh Turnbull and Callum Lockett. Callum Lockett runs out deep and Turnbull's going to try and get on the inside to get him back. Ali Hussein and Jamie Scott are not far off him. But it's still these two squabbling away for position. Meanwhile, Oakley Keatley and Nathan Tye are still out in front of the race. 1 and 2 out up towards turn 3. Let's have a look at them as the leaders come through. That's the midfield battle. There are the leaders, Keatley and Tye. Tye right on the back of Oakley Keatley once again. He loves the move into turn 4. He's close enough. He's not going to make the move. He's going to wait. I think he's going to pull exactly the same move that he did in the previous race. He's waiting to see how much time we've got left. So Nathan Tye just setting up Oakley Keatley for a good move. If he can get there at the right time, then he's going to overtake him, but they've got traffic to deal with as well. Nathan Tye just watching for how much time there is left. He knows we're on the penultimate lap, so he knows that this is not the moment to make the move. I wonder if Oakley Keatley passed Nathan Tye a little bit prematurely. Tye has a look into the hairpin. He's going to get there, and he's through. Now, this is all about how Oakley Keatley positions himself back underneath Nathan Tye. He could get himself a good chance. Traffic is in front of them. This could be very telling. Jamie Warner is the first one. They'll come up to lap. Then Jake Bell. They're both trying to come through. Oakley Keatley waiting for his move. They both get through. Oakley Keatley's to the inside. Nathan Tye's trying to box him in behind Jake Bell. As they go into the last lap, it is going to be very close between those two now. And Oakley Keatley is actually in the prime spot, in behind Nathan Tye. Aidan Hassan's going to try and make the move. Nathan Tye defended to the inside line. Oakley Keatley trying to get back on the switchback and get up alongside. They've got Ali Hussein in front of them. And no, sorry, that is Chase Sharp in front of them. So they've got to time this one right. Chase Sharp should let them go, no problem. But they're going to be together in the chicane. And Nathan Tye getting boxed in. Oakley Keatley's getting a better run. If he gets more speed, it's going to be a race to the line. And it's going to be Tye who just gets there. Oakley Keatley in second, and he bangs his steering wheel in frustration. I so could have had Nathan there. But it's another victory for Nathan Tye. His 5th win in a row. A fantastic result for Nathan Tye and exactly what he wanted from this race. Aidan Hassan through in 3rd position, exactly as he wanted to be. But that has definitely made things particularly interesting going into the next race. Because now, sorry, that is actually Nathan Tye's 6th win in a row. If you count the fact that round 4 was Fullbeck. But of course, just before Fullbeck, just after Fullbeck, sorry, we had the Wilton Mill round from earlier on, which saw a hat-trick of wins for Oakley Keatley. So Keatley and Tye still battling each other for the championship, but Oakley Keatley unable really to get one over on Nathan Tye on that particular occasion. Aidan Hassan through in 3rd place again. Charlie Humphreys 4th and Jamie Gurney in 5th. So some good tussles from our drivers in the top 3. And Nathan Tye makes it 2 wins out of 2 there. Oakley Keatley frustrated in 2nd, but Aidan Hassan delighted. 3rd position again. That's 2 more podiums to add to Aidan Hassan's tally. And let's not forget that Hassan has had a very strong season. He had a 3rd place finish at Wilton Mill, his best ever result in birelART UK Series. And now he's picked up 2 podiums here. So this is a very good run from Aidan Hassan, and he's trying, of course, to catch up with Jamie Gurney in the championship standings. So a very good season this so far. Another good run from Craig Evans. A very good performance there as he has come through to take the victory in the Rookies Brigade, I do believe. So a very good result and a really good race again from the birelART Cadets. They've been absolutely superb. And there's Ali Hussein having had a much better run on that particular race. He's getting much faster with the speed. Very happy with his lot. Some good comeback drives. The rookies really asserted themselves well, didn't they? That's Craig Evans and Archie Heron having had a really good run. Callum Lockett getting a good fight back in there as well. So great to see all of our cadets doing such a good job in that race. A very tame pre-final, actually. But good to see so many great battles around the circuit. So the cadets are all done and dusted for that one. But we're going to move on to the Junior 100 very closely. Very shortly. That is Hudson Cross, who's had a very good start to his season and obviously continuing on well. This is the big one. This is the race everybody wants to win. For each of the three classes, it is the final time. Jake Sanson here for the birelART UK Series 2018 from round 6 of the championship here on the Wirral. It is Hooton Park, a stone's throw away from the Vauxhall car plant, the home of the Astra. It is going to be a really exciting battle here in the Merseyside sunshine. No rain is threatened for the weather forecast, although it does look as though there's a couple of spots of drizzle in the air. But this is the big one. This is the one everybody wants to win. The final is what we've all been building up to. And in the cadets, it is a very close fight. Nathan Tye versus Oakley Keatley. They have finished 1 and 2 in that order for both of the previous races, but both drivers have had the ability to take the victory. So Nathan Tye, with 2 more wins on the board, is getting that little bit closer to his first birelART UK Series Championship title. And the young cadet is looking good to wrap it up, potentially even at the next round of the championship if things continue as they currently are, which will be at Shennington for the E-Plate. But that man, Oakley Keatley, having returned from injury last time out at Glenagorse Park, having had a collarbone injury at that same track a few weeks earlier, is back and stronger than ever before. He's actually looking faster than he was before his accident. Nathan Tye alongside him on the front row of the grid. 2 wins thus far this weekend. Grinning from ear to ear about it. Plenty to do over the course of this weekend. Got the GYG hat trick last time, and he'll want it again this time out. There's the leading rookie from the first couple of races, Craig Evans, who's got himself into a very strong position on both occasions and looking very, very strong for a hat trick of rookie victories in this third and final race of the weekend. And of course, that sets him up for a strong attack in the other positions. Just looking back through the field at the young drivers as they get themselves very neatly, actually, into the dummy grid. So neatly, in fact, you can't really focus on many of the other drivers in the field as the dads and mechanics getting themselves into position. Spectators, young and old, watching on their drivers as they gear themselves up, ready for action on this very beautiful Hooton Park circuit. One of the newest additions to the British karting calendar, of course. This is only its 14th year of operation as a British karting circuit. And it races both MSA and non-MSA races. And it's been very popular here in the Northwest, with plenty of top drivers coming here for testing and also for many different types of racing. In the National Schools Championships have come here. Several of the other IndyCart and karting championships around the Northwest. Northern Karting Federation, I'm fairly sure, has been here in the past. This is the first ever visit to the beautiful Hooton Park circuit for the birelART UK paddock, and they're all very, very excited to have been here. They love the circuit. The drivers have got into the mode very, very quickly, and they've obviously got into the zone of some great slipstreaming right from the start. But this is the cadet final, and all 18 drivers will be wanting to bid for the top spot this time. High fives for Megan from the front of the grid, for all of the drivers, in fact. They're all going to lean out and give her the high five. That's what I love about this particular championship. There's no teams, so there's no politics. Great racing from the youngsters. They all get to know each other as soon as the racing finishes. The practices finish on the Saturdays. These guys end up playing football together, playing with their bicycles and their segways and their drift trikes and whatever they may have. They're all mucking about together. Great friendships. It's very different to any other major karting championship at this same sort of level. And it's the friendliness and the good-natured spirit of competition that makes this one of the most delightful championships in Great Britain. I get to do an awful lot in my British and European karting campaigns, and never in any other paddock at this sort of national level of karting have I seen such great camaraderie, great family and team spirit, great rivalries, but great friendships with it. It's a very open and amiable paddock, and there is nothing like it in British karting anywhere at this sort of level. Absolutely brilliant to see. Here's the grid for the Cadet 60 final. Race 10 of the day, and it is the, let me do my math very quickly, 18th Cadet race. There we go, 18th Cadet race of the 2018 season. And it's going to be those two on the front row of the grid again, Nathan Tye versus Oakley Keatley, as they battle for the top honours on the front row of the starting grid again. Great mates on and off the track, but now it's time for a battle again. Aidan Hassan and Charlie Humphreys on the second row of the starting grid, and both of those two will want to take a win off the two guys in front. Jamie Gurney in 5th and Craig Evans, the leading novice, in 6th position on the starting grid. Then it's Archie Heron, who's now alongside Callum Lockett, who's fought his way closer and closer to the top 6 as the weekend has progressed after failing to set a lap in qualifying earlier. Then Ali Hussein and Jamie Scott rounding out the top 10. The whistle goes, so they'll be sent out onto the grid. Josh Turnbull is on the 6th row of the grid alongside Hudson Cross. Both of those two having a much stronger weekend than we've seen in their first 5 outings. Mackenzie Taylor and Riley Price together on the 7th row of the starting grid. Then we have Lily Jeffs and Chase Sharp together on the 8th row of the starting grid. And then bringing up the rear, it'll be Jake Bell and Jamie Warner. The carts leave the dummy grid, and the Cadet 60 final is going to get underway with 18 very hyped up and very intense drivers. They're all going to have a really strong battle in front of them. Fans all over the world and all over the UK keeping an eye on their favourite driver, Shelley Robinson, wishing Craig Evans good luck as he beds in the tyres and brakes. Leading rookie at the moment. Will he remain that way at the end of the race? If he does, he'll take home some silverware. So the last 3 races of the weekend, these are the ones that everybody's been building up to, and these are the ones that will give us our podium finishers at the end of the day. This Hooton Park circuit, very old school, but it has to be said, very, very fast. Great racing. We've got some good grass runoff areas as well, which has really given us plenty of safety. No major injuries, no major catastrophes over the course of the weekend thus far through practice yesterday. We did have a couple of offs, but certainly nothing that needed any medical attention, which again just proves the great driving standards and the great racing that we've seen over the course of the day and the weekend so far. But now it's Tye versus Keatley as they battle for the victory. Hassan alongside Humphreys on the second row with Gurney and Evans, Heron and Lockett, and then Hussein and Scott on that 5th row of the starting grid. The Cadets have had a really strong season. It's getting stronger by the race, and it's great to see such a strong field of drivers. Now they will race one last time as the battle gets underway in the Cadet 60 final of birelART UK Cadets. Here we go, it's a great start, and up at the front, no problem at all for Tye, and a terrible start for Keatley. Hassan through into the second position. Gurney trying to get through to 3rd, past Oakley Keatley, but unable to get there, and Keatley runs wide off turn 2. Gurney and Humphreys may get a run here. Gurney definitely gets a run into 3rd. It's a little bit of a squabble further back as everybody seems to have had a very lazy start. But now the racing is going to get underway from here on in. And look, Aidan Hassan is going right onto the back of Nathan Tye early on. So it looks like Hassan could get his best ever result in the birelART UK Cadets with 2nd place. But if he can beat Nathan Tye, he'll get his first ever win. Down the back straight. It is Nathan Tye who leads. Hassan 2nd. Then it is Keatley in 3rd from Gurney and Humphreys. 6th position is still Craig Evans. He still leads the rookie dais. Then it's Lockett, Scott. 9th place is Turnbull. Then it's Riley Price. There goes Humphreys up the inside of Gurney. Humphreys, I think, getting the move there into 4th place. Yes, he's through. So Humphreys into P4. Then it is Evans in 6th. Lockett, Scott, Turnbull, Price. Jake Bell really doing well in 11th. Hussein, Heron, Cross, Mackenzie Taylor. Then Warner, Jeffs and Sharp. I wonder if there were quite a few offs on that first lap. And that's why we've got several drivers down from 12th downwards out of position. But Aidan Hassan is not bothered. He's getting on with the business of going after Nathan Tye for the race victory. So Aidan Hassan has won many times in 2018, but not in the birelART UK Series Cadets. So he's had a very strong season in which he managed to win a couple of titles in various other disciplines. But this is where he'd really like to take a victory to really cap off what has been a really impressive second season in the birelART UK Cadets. He was a rookie last year, and now Aiden Hassan in second position, chasing after Nathan Ty. Right in behind him. Oakley Keatley chasing them down, though, so it's not going to be long before it's a three-way scrap. A really good battle and a really good race at the moment. So still these three up at the sharp end. Oakley Keatley trying to charge after Nathan Ty and Aiden Hassan in first and second. Keatley right there in third. Now, if I'm Aiden Hassan, I want to try and break this up a little bit early because Oakley Keatley is definitely looking strong. Hassan goes for the move. In the second apex, he doesn't get it stuck. So Aiden Hassan definitely starting to step up the attack. This is the first time in his birelART UK Cadet career that Aiden Hassan has been challenging for a race victory. So now he really wants to get on with it. Keatley's got a good run off the turn, though. He will dive up the inside of Hassan and gets through into second place. So Ty leading, Keatley second and Hassan third. As they finished in the first two races, Humphreys in fourth, Gurney fifth, and Evans in sixth. So this was the finishing order in the top six of the previous races, as Evans has actually got past Gurney. Now, where is Jamie Gurney? Not entirely sure what's happened to Jamie, actually. He seems to have fallen off the road somewhere. Evans and Lockett are both through into fifth and sixth position. Oh, there's Gurney. Gurney's broken down. So Gurney, unfortunately, has come to a stop on the exit of turn 3. And that is Jamie Gurney's race and weekend over. That is such a shame for Jamie. Well, it is Ty and Keatley once again out in front. Keatley getting very close to Nathan Ty, having dealt with Hassan. Now Keatley will know how to get a victory done as Alex Rouse moves Jamie Gurney off the racing line. So that's nicely done, and Jamie Gurney will get out of harm's way. No need for a Battenberg. So Nathan Ty in front of Oakley Keatley. Hassan in third. But Oakley Keatley, having dropped all the way back and has now fought his way back onto the tail of Nathan Ty, will want to go for the victory. Hassan's not given up on the win, though, has he? He's still right there in third. Charlie Humphreys can't keep up with them. And he's the race winner this season. So Nathan Ty, Oakley Keatley and Aiden Hassan look once again to be the three drivers in contention for the victory. Ty versus Keatley with Hassan with an outside bet. In through the hairpin at turn 3. Keatley's still right underneath Nathan Ty. No moves for the position just yet as he dives in behind Nathan Ty. Through 4 and 5. No change. Keeping it nice and steady as Nathan Ty continues to run just briefly in front of Oakley Keatley. Hassan still right there. This is a really good race going on between these three. Humphreys in fourth. Fifth position. Look at this. We've got Evans, Lockett and Scott having a terrific scrap, these three. A really good battle between these three drivers with Evans and Scott bidding to become the leading rookie and Lockett just trying to get himself back into the top 5. So Evans looking around to make sure that Callum Lockett's not going to get through. Jamie Scott looking for his way to come past. Hasn't made the move yet on Callum Lockett. And still the leading three, very close together. 0.4 of a second between these three. And that's Evans, 5th, Lockett, 6th, Scott, 7th. Going for a top 5 finish, these three. Then we've got Turnbull, Price and Heron scrapping away for their positions. Here comes Keatley up alongside and through past Nathan Ty. Keatley gets the lead on Nathan Ty. That's put Hassan right on the back of them. So Nathan Ty will want to stretch away from Hassan before Hassan goes for the move himself. But these three are now well clear of Charlie Humphreys in 4th. So with Oakley Keatley back in the lead in front of Nathan Ty, he'll want to try and extend the gap. Aiden Hassan in 3rd. But again, has Oakley Keatley timed this right? Because Nathan Ty can get him straight back when he feels comfortable. Into the final hairpin. And Nathan Ty putting on a good show here behind Oakley Keatley. Now he's going to do the same move Oakley did to him a lap ago. Up the inside. Keatley's going to try and hold on this time. And that's enough for Nathan Ty to get through. But Aiden Hassan may get a chance to go for 2nd as they go down the back straight. Aiden Hassan may get a shot, but he decides against it. He's a very wise driver, as Aiden Hassan. He doesn't do stupid things. He just keeps himself in position. He's measured. He's not going to go for anything ridiculous. He will wait until the move is definitely on and then go for the move. So Keatley in behind Nathan Ty as they battle for the victory. Nathan Ty, Oakley Keatley, and Aidan Hassan. 1, 2, and 3. Charlie Humphreys fourth. Evans, Lockett, and Scott. Turnbull, Heron, and Riley Price. So they come out of turn 2. Oakley Keatley still all over the back of Nathan Ty as they go down the back straight. A good run this from Oakley Keatley. He may make the move into turn 3. He thinks better of it. So they go through the hairpin in unison. Hassan still right there in third. Is there going to be a move from Oakley Keatley into 4? Nathan Ty just hangs on to his position. He's not going to lose ground where he doesn't need to. But Oakley Keatley still running well. Ty, Keatley, Hassan. 1, 2, and 3. They run together down the main straight once again. Oakley Keatley looking for a way past Nathan Ty. But Oakley Keatley's not going to make the move here. He's going to keep Nathan Ty second guessing. We've still got 4 minutes or so left of this one. So it is going to be tight to see how the battle continues. But Nathan Ty in front of Oakley Keatley and Aidan Hassan as they duel for the victory in birelART UK Cadets. The final going very well indeed for these guys. The race is still on. They're still intensely close as Nathan Ty again gets a charge on Oakley Keatley. Aidan Hassan right in there behind for third. Are they going to continue this battle on? Oakley Keatley's got a good run out the final turn. He's going to make the move for the lead down the main straight. And Oakley Keatley's through. Nathan Ty doesn't give him any challenge. Just slots back in and gets back in the tow. Now Aidan Hassan in third has been watching this whole thing unfold. And maybe in the last couple of laps he could get himself in the right position and take a place or two off these guys. But we have got traffic to deal with as well, don't forget, coming up. Keatley is your new leader. Ty in second. Third is Hassan. Through to the S's once again. And this is a great run for Oakley Keatley. Back from injury. His first race weekend out. And now Nathan Ty is trying to get the lead back off him. He's going with exactly the same move that Keatley pulled on him. And Nathan Ty's through. This time Keatley's a bit more reserved on the way out of turn 1. And that's going to set him up for another go on the run up to turn 3. He's going to go for it instantly. Keatley up alongside Ty and through. They swap places twice in 1 lap. Keatley gesturing to Nathan Ty behind him. Hassan's still right on us, you know. We need to get away from him. They come up at 5. In through the right, through the left, 6 and 7. And then up towards the final hairpin. A great run this from Oakley Keatley in front of Nathan Ty and Aidan Hassan. Down the main straight. Up into the double apex for the first 2 corners. Through the right, turn 1. Back on the gas, through the right, turn 2. Plenty of space. Hassan still right in there behind Ty. He's going to go for the move this time on Keatley, is he? No, he's going to continue to try and edge him away from Aidan Hassan. But Hassan is still very close. And here comes that traffic jam further up the road. They've got Jake Bell, Jamie Warner, Chase Sharp, and Lily Jeffs in front of them. And they are all squabbling for position. They're in a race of their own. They may not want to be too compliant of letting these 3 get through, and this could change the order dramatically. So who's the best through the traffic? Keatley, Ty, and Hassan all together as they get past Jeffs, no problem. Next up is Chase Sharp. Blue flag waves, Sharp gets out of the way. No problem for Keatley, Ty, and Hassan. Blue flags wave down the back straight. That's Jake Bell and Jamie Warner. They both know they've got to get out of the way at some point. Oh, and Oakley Keatley's going to get held up one way. Ty trying to get up on the inside line. 2 wheels on the grass. Keatley goes one way, Ty goes the other. They bang wheels and a spin round from Jake Bell. Hassan's got good momentum. Hassan could try and get on the underside of Nathan Ty. So nearly through in a second. Now he's going to get on the inside. Has to come off the curb. That was close. But they get away with it. Keatley, Ty, and Hassan so nearly jumbling up the order there. And now they come through once again. But is Nathan Ty going to get a chance? Look, he's dropped off the back of Keatley. He knows a chance of victory could be gone here. Oakley Keatley may have been defeated in the heat in the pre-final, but I think Keatley has jumped the gun at exactly the right moment. So he blasts away from Nathan Ty. I think he's got enough in the tank to go away and win this one. Hassan in third still. And he can be very happy with 3 third places, his best ever weekend in the birelART UK Cadets. But Oakley Keatley has got 2 laps to go. So when he thought he might have had only 1, it looks like Oakley Keatley has got 2 laps. He puts his arm in the air, very frustrated. I want this race to end now. I've got a lead over Nathan, and it's perfect. Well, from his point of view, he'll be lucky about the fact that he's not going to close up on Mackenzie Taylor too quickly, because Taylor is half a minute back, and these laps are obviously well into the 40s. So Keatley is not going to get another driver to lap before the end of the race. Nathan Tye is pushing as hard as he possibly can in the hope that he can close up on Oakley Keatley. Ducking down one more time. Come on, I could get him, I could get him. Last lap. He is running out of time though, and the gap is 4 tenths. I think Oakley Keatley has used the traffic wisely to his own advantage, and he's made it work. So it won't be a hat-trick for Nathan Tye this time. He'll still get valuable championship points with a 2nd place, but it looks to me as though it's going to be a victory for Oakley Keatley. He leads Nathan Tye on the last lap with 3 kart lengths roughly between them. Into the S's for the last time. Patience favours the brave into the final hairpin, as Nathan Tye may have won the heat and the pre-final, but he didn't win the war. Oakley Keatley wins in fantastic style in the Cadets. Terrific from Nathan Tye in 2nd, and Aidan Hassan gets on the podium. A hat-trick for Aidan Hassan. Absolutely terrific result. And that means to say that for the first time in his young career, I'm fairly sure that is the first overall podium in a final for Aidan Hassan. Yes, it is. His first trophy in an overall podium for Aidan Hassan in 3rd. 2nd place for Nathan Tye. But your race winner in the final is Oakley Keatley, and deservedly so. A terrific race there from Keatley. Really, really good work. And an absolutely sensational drive to the victory. That was well deserved. Tye in 2nd, Hassan in 3rd. His first ever podium finish in a final. Humphreys is 4th. And who was the rookie winner? I didn't see as they came across the line. It is Craig Evans, who does it again behind Callum Lockett in 5th place. Craig Evans 6th. Jamie Scott 7th from Archie Heron, Josh Turnbull and Riley Price. Hudson Cross, Ali Hussein, Mackenzie Taylor and Jamie Warner. And then it is Chase Sharp from Jake Bell and Lily Jeffs, the one retirement from the race. Sadly, Jamie Gurney. But Oakley Keatley, your race winner. Nathan Tye 2nd, and Aidan Hassan for his first overall podium in the final in 3rd. Delighted the whole family will be with that one. And the rookie win once again going the way of Craig Evans. A fantastic result for him. A really exciting battle right to the finish there from the Cadets. And it just goes to show, it doesn't matter what happens in the heat, doesn't matter what happens in the pre-final, you will do as well as you will believe you can if you know you've got what it takes to get there. Some good drives there in the final from our Cadets, and they finish their weekend in fine style. Really good weekend there from them. And just before we get the juniors underway, I think it's time to look back at some of the best bits from the birelART Cadets. They really were fantastic in that final. So let's have a look and review. So that first lap, we saw the leading 3 break clear as we had done previously. But it was Aidan Hassan's move on Nathan Tye that really got the ball rolling. We thought he could get the victory. Jamie Gurney, sadly, the one retirement from the Cadets from running in 5th position all weekend and unable really to do anything more with it. But then those 2 broke away clear. Craig Evans battling valiantly with Callum Lockett and Jamie Scott. And it was eventually Craig Evans who would come through as the leading rookie. Oakley Keatley determined to battle with Nathan Tye throughout. Aidan Hassan staying with them like glue. But every time Keatley made a move, Nathan Tye would get one back in. But the race result itself was determined in the traffic. That's when things really got serious. Keatley's final move for the overtake was an important one. He got into the lead, and then they caught up to the back markers. And that's when things really started to get a bit more impressive. And one final attempt from Nathan Tye. He got through, and Oakley Keatley got him straight back again a couple of corners later. So Keatley was determined that when they got up to the traffic, he would take the lead. And it worked out to be exactly the right decision, because once they were in that traffic, they dealt with the first two pretty rapidly, but then Warner and Bell caused a little bit of a headache. Nathan Tye trying to go for the move, had to back out in the end. There it is. And Oakley Keatley getting round the outside of two of his opponents. Then a big move there from Gurney. A big move there from Tye. Jake Bell pitched into a slide. But Oakley Keatley was able to use that opportunity to grab the lead and disappear. And a fantastic victory for Oakley Keatley. And what a result. Welcome back to the action. We've had some brilliant racing here at Hooton Park on the Wirral for the 6th round of the 2018 birelART UK Series. We're going to give out the trophies in the 3 classes for Cadet, Junior and, of course, Super Elite. We'll start with our rookie winner in the Cadet category. And it's been a very exciting battle for all of our cadets this afternoon. But our final rookie winner is the number 98, once again, Craig Evans. Well done, Craig. Fantastic result. You get your moment on the top step of the podium. You're the top rookie. Very good performance. So well done to Craig. Fantastic to see our rookies doing so well. And now we'll get our top 3 drivers in the cadets category. Do stick around, Craig. You'll still be part of the team photo afterwards. In 3rd position, for the first time in birelART UK Series cadets in the final, the number 55, Aidan Hassan. Aidan's first overall podium finish. A fantastic performance there from Aidan. Well done, buddy. And in 2nd place, another great trip to the podium in his campaign for the title, number 5, Nathan Tye. Another great result for Nathan. But despite missing the last round of the championship due to injury at Gladys, he's come straight back in, lost no speed, and he's on the top spot of the podium once again. The number 9, he's big, and he's back again, Oakley Keatley! Well done, Oakley. Fantastic result. Let's get our cadets on the podium once again. An absolutely sensational performance from them here at Hooton Park. If we can get all of them together on the top step of the podium as well for a nice shot there with all of them together on the podium. Fantastic work. Ladies and gentlemen, Craig Evans, Aidan Hassan, Nathan Tye, and your race winner, Oakley Keatley. Congratulations, guys. Fantastic performance, great effort. So that is your cadets after a fantastic day at the office. Also worth a mention, the fastest lap of the entire day. That was the 41.433 of Nathan Tye. Well done, Nathan. Fantastic job there.